Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Obviously, if I'm wearing this traditional Romanian shirt, I'm going to talk about Romania. I have here two articles. I'm going to jump straight into it. Don't beat around the bushes. Do you think Romania is a rich country? Now, I know for some who do not know much about Romania and they don't live in Europe, they might think that Romania is a rich country. I had some friends from, where was there? From Africa. I'm not going to disclose the country. And she said that, oh, Romania is a rich country. And I was like, nah, no, it's not a rich country. Thinking that Romania is at the level of Switzerland. Probably should not know exactly how rich Switzerland is anyway. But I don't know, Romania is not a rich country per se. It had resources, still has some resources. The Romanians have a lot of imagination, and some of them are hardworking people. Used to be a great educational system during the communist time. Now I don't think so. But nevertheless, Romania is resuscitated or has a bloodline like Ukraine from the European Union in this case. But hey, Romania did this. Did you know that Romania is to deliver its 23rd military aid package to Ukraine shortly? I was sitting on this one since Monday, the 25th of August 2025. So Romania has to deliver 23rd military aid package to Ukraine. Well, for me it's not surprising, and I will tell you why. Ceausescu, the evil dictator that we all supposed to hate, I don't. I'm not loving him, but I don't hate him, especially the way he was killed. That told me a lot about who are the guys who want to remove him, which were worse than the dictator himself. And he paid the Romanians' debt, national debt, mainly with two things. Well, let's say three, but I think it was the first one was with military, with arms. He sold weapons to the Arabs, to the South Americans, to the Asians. He sold AKs and other things, armored vehicles, tanks. That's how Romania paid mostly its national debt. That's not a secret. Then it was the Dacia automobile. That's another one. The third one was supposedly the grains. Romania sold grains. And the fourth one would be, how do you call that, artificial diamonds. Romania stole how to do it, and they sold a lot of artificial diamonds. On the market, Romania was, I think, in the fourth place or third place in the manufacturing. So here you have Romania to deliver the 23rd military aid package to Ukraine. Why not to Russia? Here, Ukraine Defense Minister Denis Mihal. He's Jewish, in charge of Ukraine. That's fine. After meeting with the Romanian counterpart, Liviu Ionuț. What the hell is going on with this? Just so you know, you see Ionuț or the Nuț, or these are diminutives. It's like Mikey. Michael is the full name, and Mikey or Tom, Thomas, or Tommy. You know, Tommy is for kids. You name, and in Romania, people who know something about the etymology of the word, and not only the etymology, when we name our children, and we name them like Nicușor, Nicușor being the president. Nicușor is from Nicolae. Nicolae is the real name. Nicușor is like a little fuck. Nicușor. Usually one ethnic group is naming their children with diminutives. Can you guess which ones? Now let's see, Romanians. Write down in the description below if you know something about Romania. And you're going to find out, usually, that's one ethnic group in Romania who names its children, which become adults at one point, Ionuț, Dănuț, Nicușor, not the real Nicolae, Ioan, and Daniel. Not that I like any of the names, but just so you know. So we have another guy here, Liviu Ionuț. He is the Romanian counterpart. He's a defense minister. He said in Kiev, has announced that Romania will soon hand the 23rd military aid package to Ukraine. Did you know that? All right, the Let me put my glasses. I thought I could do it without it. The Ukrainian defense minister thanked Romania, the whole Romania, all the Romanians, for its unwavering support across key areas. Against what and for what exactly? Whatever Brussels says. And I'm quoting, the country has already provided Ukraine with 22 military aid packages, and our troops will receive a 23rd in the near future, Zmihal said. Now, just for you, just to tell you a few things about our friendship with the Ukrainian nation. This is Ukraine right here. Right? It's going to be very politically incorrect because I'm going to tell the truth. And truth nowadays is about to be banned. And weasel talk and lies would be promoted as the truth. So this is Ukraine as we know it nowadays. Romania, you see my strong hand here? From here, this is Bukovina. This is Romania. This is the artificial country of Moldova. This is Romania. This right here used to be part of Basarabia, right here, and it's Romania. And if you look down here, and I make you look down there, you see that little shed over here? That's called the Snake Island in the Black Sea, right there by the mouth of the Danube River, right there. That's also Romania. So when this guy, the Jewish guy, Zmihal, thanks Romania, right there, where is that? Thanks Romania for the unwavering support to these guys, he thank us, this is our enemy. To a certain extent, you got our land. You didn't take them, you were given by the Soviets, by Stalin, by the Jewish Anna Pauker, and others from Romania. All right, so this is beautiful. All right, next one. This is an article sent to me by my cousin, and I thank him very much for sending it to me. Deutsche Welle, Germany, right? This is 2nd of August 2025. Somehow these imbeciles already adopted the wrong way of writing the date. It should be the 2nd of August 2025. But hey, Cristian Ștefănescu, a Romanian from Bucharest, is an imbecile. Anyway, Romania. Why? Because that's not how you write in Romanian. And you don't write in American, you write in English. But anyway, he wants it that way. Good for him, Cristian Ștefănescu. Romania ready to talk about Sinti and Roma genocide. And this is what it is. So, you ready, guys? You're going to pay up. For a long time, the deportation and murder of Roma and Sinti was not spoken about openly in Romania. This is a statement made by Cristian Ștefănescu as a given, as a reality. It's not could made. No. You see, for a long time, the deportation and murder of Roma, there's not like, is it true? Was not spoken about openly. Among other things, the European Day of Remembrance, it's only a few things. Every August 2nd is changing this. So that is, the Europeans will change us, will make us acknowledge the genocide against the Roma and Sinti. It seems like they already recognize the genocide against the... Nope. Guess where Mr. Imbecile Nicu Șordan, this cretin, the president of Romania nowadays, is right here. And I will tell you, I will not keep you in too much suspense. Romania's new president, Nicu Șor. Remember Nicu Șor, the Nuts, Ionuț, Futuț, all these guys participating in a memorial event for those Roma murdered in the Holocaust. What kind of Holocaust? Hey, you are stepping on mined fields right here. The Holocaust Memorial is located in central Bucharest. Did you know that, my dear Romanians? That the Romanians have a Holocaust Memorial? You know what that is? You owe us. Did you know that? I disagree with that. Is it illegal to disagree with that? Probably. The capital of Romania, but for a long time the country had not planned to include the Roma and Sinti people murdered during the Holocaust. You know why? Because it was a registered trademark by another group. That's why. It was only pressure from local civil society groups that eventually saw a Roma wheel in stone added to commemorate the thousands of Roma people deported to their deaths in Transnistria during World War II. All right. How many Romanians were taken to Soviet Union? I would like to know after the Second World War. Huh? I would like to fucking know. And not only. All right. So you got it. 2 days before the official Memorial Day, Romania's new president, an imbecile, Nicu Șordan, and others notable locals participated in an event in Bucharest like monkeys, commemorating a day. There was a large number of security personnel deployed in Bucharest the day because in the increasing polarized political climate. No, you guys impose something on the Romanian society. And here it is, man, the Holocaust Museum. I can go over there and take a piss. That's what I'm going to do. Romania's grappling with history. No, with a rewriting of history in a politically correct one. Now, I'm not saying this is an imbecile. I'm not going to go further. I'm going to just stop here. Ukraine, my dear Ukrainians, my dear Serbs, these guys, when or if you are going to be in the European Union, your traditions, your culture, things that you love dearly, if they consider it wrong, they will say you can't have it. Got it? And what they consider right, okay? I was about to say that, but that's okay. Now they will consider they have to do it. You have to do it. And the people in charge of your country will say yes. And they will lead by example. Like Nicu Șordan in the Holocaust Memorial. I didn't know it was over there. When I was in Romania, I should have paid a visit around and be arrested probably. So anyway, my friends, you do whatever you want, man. But I'm going to tell you a little story, personal story. When was that? 2001, maybe it was. I think it was 2001. I got a hold of a name called Dr. William. Bad guy. And he had some broadcasts. About 15 minutes each. So I started really listening to them. Free speech was still okay at that time. Let's put it this way. And well, the first, I think, not one, the first broadcast that I heard was something about the Jewish community trying to, according to him, extort the Swiss banks of Jewish stolen money by the Nazis during the Second World War. At that time, I was pure in heart, in a way that I didn't consider these guys bad or those guys good or hate those and like those. Now I'm a little bit more polarized, let's put it this way. My antennas are very sensitive nowadays when I hear certain names, certain people in certain positions. At that time, I was more naive, and that's more than 20 years ago, my friends. Things change, you know how? Rubbing shoulders and paying more attention, memorizing it, and creating patterns. So he was talking about the extortion of the Swiss banks by these guys who had to recognize the Holocaust. That's what he said, and I was like, that doesn't sound right to me. If a wrong was done by them, the people who did the wrong thing to them should pay, not, other people, anyway. So looking at that, and then looking at the Holocaust industry written by Dr. Norman Finkelstein, I recommend that book. He's a self-hating Jew, just so you know. A lot of things made sense, and I was like, where's the other side in all this? And there's no other side. And that's very conspicuous, very suspicious. What do you mean there's no other? It's always somewhere in the middle with events. Like in the Second World War, you can claim, well, the Germans were the evil guys. Yeah, but you always have to look, okay, were they just, I'm not saying justified, that's not the word I'm looking for, but could they have something to say about certain things? And we're told no, zero. It's already suspicious. Like, for instance, the Japanese, we all know, evil. They attacked Pearl Harbor, not a state at that time, in Hawaii, in 1941, right, on the 7th of December. And we are told the Japanese just attacked because they are imperialists, that's all. That was the justification. But if you talk to historians and you get more, the evidence is there, you just have to look for it, you find out the Japanese had some grievances, real grievances against the United States of America, and the United States of America blew them off and were waiting for these guys to do what they did. Not supposedly, it's proven already that the Americans decoded the Japanese secret communication system. As the West had the guys had the Enigma in Germany, because a German airplane that carried one of these Enigma codex, how you want to call it, was shot down over the Poland. The Polish took it and gave it to their masters in Great Britain. They decoded it, so they decoded the Germans' communication. But it's not enough to get all the information. So nevertheless, the truth is somewhere close to the middle. Sometimes more to the left, somewhere more to the right. The same here. But in this specific event, like the Holocaust memorial, the truth is 100% on one side and 0 on the other one. This is, I'm sorry, a very abnormal and unrealistic, because I personally, and usually I have to say, you have a right to have a world view based on your experience, not on other people's experience telling you about their experience. You know what I mean? When you read the book, you read someone's assessment, someone's study, what he found about certain things, and sometimes those findings run very much against what you find in reality, in everyday life. They tell you, oh, the viper, the snake, is not going to be venomous. Let's say a study. And when every time you encounter the viper, very aggressive and very much deadly, let's put it, or a cobra. So it makes you wonder after a while, after, I don't know, a few 20 years, are these guys lying to us? Some of them are. But in this context, 100% of there's nothing to oppose all those stories. Now, yes, indeed, the Roma, which are the gypsies, that's how, okay, were treated differently in Romania, I tell you that, negatively differently. But some of them, during the communist times, they were promoted, and they treated Romanians badly when they got in the positions of power. That's why you always want the enemies of the people in charge. When you want them, hey, I want you to shoot in the population, they will gladly give the order. That's why if you want to control a population, you get from the population the people or the groups, the ethnicities, whatever you have it over there, they have a grievance towards the majority of the people. You put them as the chief of police or the second in command of the military, and when you as the leader, the population doesn't want you, you activate them and they will gladly give the order of against this one. Not that the other ones would not do, but it's a little bit different being your tribe, being your group, maybe your extended family, versus the other ones. Whoa. These guys, since we came here, hurt me, hurt my past, hurt my people. Yeah, my people. So yes, they have some grievances. Be careful. I'm not talking about rehabilitation or justice. I'm all for it. But be careful what you do about it, because you try to create the same guilt. These guys hurt the German population for 3 generations. For 3 generations, the same guilt you owe, something that they don't owe. And that's why when you go in any debate in Germany, once you mention the Holocaust, they're all done. They're all done. The conversation is over. Nobody would dare to say, wait, I have a question. They have laws against that. That's called Holocaust denial. In Romania, the same thing probably is going to be soon if it's not there already. They already have those things about and against Garda de Fier, the Iron Guard. Okay, they have all kinds of... Remember Nicu Șordan, that infantile baboon who is now the president of Romania? He's over there because Mr. Călin Georgescu was barred from running. Why? Because he was accused of using extremist language and maybe saying certain things about whatever the Garda de Fier had to say. So they banned him. This is freedom in Europe and in Romania. But hey, on the other hand, you have a Holocaust museum in Bucharest. Who paid for that? It doesn't really matter who paid for that, even if it's probably you, but it doesn't really matter. You have it over there. Here it is, my friends, this is Romania. And now you have the gypsies or the Roma and so on. It's very curious, and this is my point regarding this issue, that only certain groups can get the victim status. Only certain are allowed. where if you look into history and you look, for instance, at Romanians, you can find a lot of grievances towards other countries, other nations from the Romanian side. But they don't look at it that way. They don't care. Why don't they care? Because if they really would be compassionate and say, well, this was wrong, man. It was a genocide here. This was this and it was slavery here. They should look at every situation. But the problem is everyone almost encountered that situation. And that means you get into a, how that's called, a delusion of a currency. That's inflation. You can't have that. What do you think the Holocaust was until now? Only one. If you bring the gypsies, you bring the homosexuals, you bring the political prisoners, you bring the other guys, you dilute the thing. It's going to be more hands. That means the money is going to come to, instead of coming to one hand, it have to be distributed to more hands. You don't think that's the way it is? If you don't think that's the way it is, you probably are like me in 2000, 2001. But with time, the best way to do it is rub shoulders in real life. That's you think, oh, they are lazy. No, they're not lazy. No, look, all the studies show they're not lazy. Okay, they're not lazy. The only way to find out if they're lazy, go and work with them, and then you make a, I'm not going to give a name, this guy, and after that you're going to find out that probably 9 out of 10 are lazy. And you get the other group. And in your real life, you're going to find out that 7 out of 10 are lazy. And in another group, you're going to find 2 out of 10 and lazy. But they're going to tell us that we all the same, all the same. That's not true. Direct experience. Why would you believe their experience versus your experience? Because somehow you're an imbecile? Yes, that's exactly what I tell you. So good job, Romania. Good job. Now you're going to pay, probably, not only to those guys, but to these guys as well. For what? Something you haven't done. I'm all for justice. I'm all for justice. But Romania can ask, for instance, Hungary for money. Can ask the Russians, the Ukrainians, the Poles, the Germans. Romanians can ask a lot of people. The Huns, are the Huns still around? The Tatars. And many other ethnic groups. The Turks, oh my God, the Turks. Right? They can ask so many countries for this. Even the Greeks. They can ask even from the Greeks. In the 18th century, the Greeks ruled Romania with Mavrocordache and all those guys. We can ask them for reparations. They fucked us up. I mean, are we going to do it? And why not if we are for justice? So justice here is very much selective, and there's no justice. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.